Hey Transformation, welcome back to my channel, Modest Transformation by Celeste. And you guys voted, you guys wanted to hear my story time of my so-called friends, which were toxic in the past. I can be very honest and very clear in understanding why they were toxic friends. But before we get into the video, don't forget to smash this like button and subscribe if you want to grow your channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscriber to subscriber. Okay, we're gonna get into the video. Hey guys, welcome to my story time. You guys have all been wanting to listen and hear what I have to say about toxic friendship. I'm gonna say this: we all have had them, but I remember bits and pieces. So just kind of stay there with me. Um, Middle school, I don't remember as much, but high school, I remember. I remember I had a friend, and she was decent. And I said, okay, I'm gonna have a friend. I'm a good friend. We had the same classes together, and we was helping each other out, especially with homework, this and that. And I thought she would be a cool person. And this is the thing that I didn't pay attention to. So one of my classmates, she told me, she said, yeah, me and her used to hang out, but she just stopped hanging around me. And I didn't understand that. I said, well, she just started trying to be everybody else's friend. I said, okay. I didn't understand at that time what she meant by that. So that was, I'm going to say Khalees. That what Khalees told me. So, she was welcome to the home. We was telling her backstories about me and all of that. So she started trying to act different. She wanted to be this beautiful swan, right? And she was already pretty. And she started hanging around other people because she wanted to, I guess, have that spotlight. I guess she felt like I wasn't well known enough for people, but people knew me, but I wasn't, how I can say it, out there like that. They just said, well, Rashana, she's smart. Well, people say nerd or whatever, but they just say I was smart. And she started getting around with people. And the thing that really hit me the most, you guys, I should have known right then, I should have cut it right off, that Khalees befriended a old childhood friend of mine. That I should have stepped up and spoke up for myself, but I always kept my mouth closed. And that's what I do hate, that I didn't speak up for myself back then. Because she was telling my old childhood friend, I'm going to say Talia. I'm going to say Talia, right? And she was telling Khalees that we were fighting when we was little, and she pulled my necklace. And I'm like, why are you telling people that? Because you're trying to make it seem like I don't know how to fight. But see, I didn't want to hurt you because you was really small, and I was big, y'all. I was really big. And the thing about it was that Khalees was sneaking around to Talia house, and they live like right there by me, right? And she just started acting different. She just started trying to be around people to be known. And I remember one time she was asking me, Khalees, she was like, you want to go to this game and this and that? This is high school. This is probably like the 10th or 11th grade. And, of course, I asked my mom. She thought about it. She told me no. She said, no, it's too much going on. Um, why why is Khalees driving, you know, these girls around? And she was sneaking around to Talia house, the girl that really just didn't like me. And she's telling everybody we fought when we was little because you pulled my necklace. That is so childish. It's all good. And she was just, acting really distant, Khalees. So she went to be around these other girls because they was using Khalees, these other girls, these group of girls. I knew one of them, but they didn't like me either. So she just driving them around, and I'm like, they not giving her gas money, right? Now, as a so-called friend, I was giving her gas money, you guys. But I feel like every time I do good with certain people, it backfires on me. And I'm like, all I ever wanted was a true friend and a real friend. So the girl in my classroom, we had a class together. It was a cooking class, I think, or a computer class. And she was telling me, she said, "You got to be glad you didn't go to that game." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because they were fighting." And you know what, guys? Because that was a setup. Because Khalees wanted me to go so bad. Because my mom was like, "Now, what if you gotten hurt?" Or I said, they really wanted somebody to mess up your face. And yep, that is true. So she just became like this whole different person because she removed her braces, uh, contacts, and glasses and things. And I was like, I never judge you. I really wasn't never jealous of you. You know, she's pretty heavy set. I never was jealous of her. And it hurted me because I was like, deep down, I cared for you. I welcomed you in my home and I was doing things for you. And around prom, we were supposed to go prom shopping, right? But she went to her boyfriend prom. He had went to another school at that time. So we didn't go prom shopping together. But she seen my dress. She looked it so funny. And then too, before the prom had got started, right? So she was looking funny because my mom then was telling me about how Talia was acting, right? And she just sit there looking funny. And she said, "You better go because you're up the prom and stuff." Because, my mom asked, "Do you want to get your hair done, along with me?" She was like, "No, I'm going to somebody." So she was acting, funny. And I didn't understand. I didn't get it, you guys. I was very young. A lot of people on prom say naive. So I said, and I kept calling her. She wouldn't answer the phone. I said, "Khalees," I said, "Are you coming to my house or I'm coming over to yours?" She was saying something. She was acting dry. So I said, "Okay." So I went over to her house, and her dad looked it so funny at me. I don't know, you guys remember my prom dress that I posted, the blue dress. I had my hair with the swoop, and I had my back out, and they was looking very like funny at me. Let me see. I probably can bring it up for you guys. This was the prom dress I had. I know I was a little big then, stressed and all of that. But that was my prom dress. And that was my 12th grade. It don't even look like me, actually. It really don't. So, and then, it was somebody else was riding too, I guess, with her. And it was just, the energy was off because they saw me. They was looking at me crazy. Because, I said, well, if I knew, guys didn't want to act right with me anyway. But if I knew somebody, I wouldn't ask for a ride. I would have just went on with somebody else if he was going to act that way. Because we were supposed to be friends. So they was trying to have her outdo me and, the family and stuff. I was just laughing. So they was like, come on, you take a picture of your own. Because my mom's like, graduation? And I did. Um, she was just eyeing me the whole night. And then she was really acting funny too. Like, I had my hair flipped a certain way. Next day she'll try to do it. It's just like people just they admire you and then they start to envy you. And then it just become toxic. Because me and Khalees, I thought we would be best friends. She was really like the first, like to be around my family like that. And she just became a whole different person. And she just kept making new friends, leaving me behind, didn't care how I felt. I did express and, said like, well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, or, it just, and I did tell her that. And she told me, you just seem distant and, and this and that. And you just seem a distant person. Yeah, because you trying to have these people in your life. They don't care nothing about you. They used you. I was giving you money. I was giving her gas money, guys. Gas money. Because I didn't know how to drive at that time. I wish I did, took the initiative, but every time I try to learn, um, she wanted me to go somewhere with her and her family, and I didn't mind. And it hurted me so much at that time, you guys, that I thought that, I really would have a real strong, friendship. And if things started to run down when too, she was going out on a date. She was cheating on her boyfriend. And her brother, girlfriend, um, she was trying to make little side jokes or uh, about the makeup. Because I think Kelsey, Khalees, was telling me about asked me what color, and I told her what color, and then she was telling no, that don't go with your outfit. Like, I didn't know how to dress and stuff. So, it was just people just feel intimidated by me, and I don't know why, but every time it just, friendships just didn't work out for me. So she used to just stand back and just look at me, Khalees, and after graduation, um, we really wasn't friends like that. I used to knew how to draw, and I gave her a picture, and I don't know, she probably been through the picture away, but she said, I want to see you before I go. So, I thought she was gonna come daytime and go on about her business. So she came late at night to come see me, which I knew she was not too far from Talia, who live in the same neighborhood as me. Went to go see her first. I know she did. And just being fake at that time, I was like, it's all good. I wish you the best. I didn't say it that way. I just told her, good luck on your, college. We just wasn't close anymore. And because I was getting attention which I wasn't asking for, but I wasn't being fake. And it was just being toxic. She wasn't being a real friend. She wasn't taking up for me like I was taking up for her. Um, when guys try to talk to me, she just get silent and get jealous. And I said, why are you getting jealous? I'm like, God's gonna do whatever, you know? And it's just like, it's just like it was a circle. Just still keep doing the same thing. And I had left my old friends behind. And yep. And then when she went to her dorm room to college, she pretended that I was invited. And I found out that I wasn't, was on, at that time, it was Twitter. She don't know to this day. I found her Twitter and it was public, and she was um, saying everything what she was doing and who she was with. She was with her old friends. And she said, me and my mom and such, we're going. And I was like, wow. And I was like, okay. So I wrote a letter, you guys, and I told them about the situation. I even confronted her mother, and her mother was like, no, that's just not like that. This and that. I talked to her, and so I wrote a letter. So I think they got mad because what I said, because how Andrea was acting, and I said she lied to you. So they was telling her that I was jealous of her. I was jealous of her because she had a sports car, and she knew how to drive. I wasn't jealous at all. I was really helping you. I was helping you in school when she failed her courses because she couldn't go to prom. I was helping her to pass her courses because she wasn't coming to school. She wasn't, I think she was doing like a nursing class. So she wasn't doing her work and stuff. She was losing focus of what she was set to do. So I was the friend behind the scenes, the real friend. And everybody else that was coming into her life was just using her, and she was just trying to be around them, trying to be known and seen. And I wasn't trying to be known and seen because I knew everybody wasn't my friend. Everybody was just trying to use me or get me into certain, in trouble. I knew that for a fact. But it was just like, wow, she was my friend, you guys. I thought we was best friends, and things just didn't work out. And that hurted me, back then, about 11 years ago, 11, 12 years ago. That hurted me because I was young, and I really never had a real friendship. And with Khalees, I thought that was going to be a real friendship. And it hurted me a lot. And this guy that I liked it too, she went up there on his job and putting him on the speakerphone. And I'm like, well, he liked me. He was decent enough. He was a cute little guy. And he was, acting. I didn't tell her to go up there to, see you. I just say, hey. Because I think I used to tell her how he was acting towards me and stuff like that. So she was trying to show, improve and stuff. But I knew she was flirting with him because anybody that likes me, my so-called friends, they try to flirt with them. So, yeah, that hurt. That hurted me a lot. So, and it just became toxic. She just tried to show out in front of other people, just being negative. She didn't care how I felt emotionally. And I was trying to have a conversation with her, and it just like it was nonchalant, it was just like a joking matter. And I said, it was just the end of a relationship, a toxic relationship I had to end. But I was wanting to tell you guys this one because it was very, very touching because I went out of town, you know, with Khalees and her family, and I really enjoyed myself. We went to Universal Studios, and I never went out, out of my state home. So it was just very interesting, but it just it just didn't work out. Um, I know the truth. People was talking about her at school, being with other boys, but I didn't care about that because that wasn't my initiative, and I liked her as a person. I was just showing her that I was there for her as a true friend. But that was my mistake of being too nice to people, being too giving, and and believing in people, trusting people, and they was talking about me behind my back. Trying to say I'm an old lady, old woman. Uh, I didn't know how to dress. All all different types of things they used to say about me, and I just didn't have toxic. I had a toxic friend, and I remember we're gonna go to middle school. So that was high school, guys. So middle school, right? So I'm gonna give another name. I'm gonna say Mia. So me and Mia um, knew one another because of her friend. Let me see. Well, I'm just saying of her friend, and um, my cousin, which is a guy, he was older than us. We was probably 13, and he was probably like 20, 19, 20. And when I met my friend Marie, she had a friend, and my cousin and her brother, they knew each other. So that's how we became friends. And I said, okay. So, everything was cool. And, folks be trying to try you. So I'm like, no. Certain things try to make you do certain things that is very uncomfortable of doing. So I remember this time we was at their house. We were supposed to go to this pool party. So they were saying something about these girls. So they were trying to show out, like trying to my ex friend. I think I told her, is it Maria, you guys? Well, if it's not, it's Maria. We're gonna say Maria. Trying to show out in front, trying to fight me in front of her two of her friends. So, I did it and I flipped her over. I don't know how I did it because I can't explain it. Trying to show out, and they say, "Oh, she's strong." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just showing people I'm nice, but I'm not a pushover. So you're not gonna try me. So I just looked to. I said, "Oh, so she wants to show out," and this was the one thing too that I had toxic friends. She was fighting another girl. Her and this girl were fighting this other girl, and she got mad with me. Why you didn't join this and that? I said I was standing right there. You wasn't getting jumped, and y'all was jumping her. She was one person. There's two of y'all. That wasn't a one-on-one fight. So she started acting funny. So, and her friends told her that saying that was stupid of her to do because they had got suspended as well because they were fighting. They said Rashonda was the only one that was smart, because she didn't get involved. She said if you got jumped, if somebody touched you, she would have got in there. So my friend Maria went to alternative school. So I was supporting her. But, the friendship kind of died because, at that time, just going in different directions. Um, Maria wanted to be known that she was bad. Me, I was focused on school and, doing my classwork. And teachers was telling me, you don't need to be hanging around those girls. They're not good for you. They're bad influence. So she heard that and she got mad. And, you know, at the time they were just telling the truth. So she was saying, oh, I heard the teacher going to say about something. You don't need to be around me because I'm a bad influence. I'm going to show her. And then the other thing about it was I was trying to help her with her classwork. And she didn't understand. And so the teacher was like, stop talking. Ain't nobody trying to help me. And I said, I can't. But the teacher, don't worry about it. Don't try to show out. I just said, okay. So, I said, here I go. So, but it was my first friendship with Maria before I got with Khalees. So Maria, she used to get, she was the same way. When a guy talked to me, she'd get jealous. When I get attention, she'd get jealous. And I remember one time she invited all these boys. And they came to the house, and I felt very uncomfortable because I was like in middle school. I wasn't thinking about boys and stuff like that. All I was thinking about having friends. And my mom came up, pulled up. She was like, "What the H is going on? Why are these boys out here?" And she just looked at her, at Maria. She said, "Who are they?" I said, "Oh, her cousins." She said, "They ain't her D cousins. Had all these boys over here." So, and she caught me when I got home. And so, oh, your mama went. My mama said she know what she was doing. So my mom had me just, I bust out laughing. And I remember this time too, we were supposed to go to this party. And my mom, I asked her, and my mom told me, no, you're not going to no party. She said, I don't care you getting mad. I just don't trust that. So they went to the party, right? So they went to the party, and the next thing I heard the next day that they was getting pow-powed at. And I said, well, I guess that wasn't meant for me to go because I probably would have gotten hurt. Or I wouldn't probably be here if I did go. And they just always used to stay in trouble. But yeah, they just started acting funny too when I wasn't like interested or doing things that they wanted to do. Of course they was, smoking, and that wasn't me. And they would tell me, she too of a good girl and this and that. Yeah. They were trying to have me under peer pressure. I didn't smoke. I was smart with that. I didn't care how bad they were trying to tell me or how good it made them, relax or whatever. I didn't do it. I never put my lips on no smoke, weed or whatever they want to call it. I never did it. And they hated me for that. So they started dissing themselves from me because I wasn't doing what they were doing. Like I wasn't being a follower. I was being more of a leader because I know, what I wanted to be in life and I know what not to do. And they was doing, more grown up things, and I didn't do it. I wasn't getting down with that. That wasn't my forte. But many guys thought that because I hung around them, just because, they did what they did doesn't make me do what they do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a friend to support them, but I didn't do that. That wasn't my forte. And it's just that, friendship had started just dying down because they really wanted me to mess myself up. and also join fights so I can get messed up. And, I didn't have friends anymore. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be I wanted to be everybody's friend, especially in middle school and high school. But, I had to learn after that with them in middle school, I left them alone. And that's how then I met Khalees. And it was just like the same pattern. Like, you know, I be friends with people. It start off good, start off great. We be having this close bond, we be tight. Next thing you know, we drifting apart. And I don't know. I never had a best friend. I never really had a good friend. And I remember with Maria, I had my picture, and we all had our pictures on the wall because it was for a school project. And she said, "I want to show you something. Somebody wrote on your picture." And it said ugly. And I will never forget that. And I stood there and I was crying. I was crying. I will never forget that day. And and I know she did that, trying to be funny. And I just didn't have friends at all. They all wanted me to ruin me. Um, they just couldn't stand me because I wasn't a follower. Um, they wanted me to have low self-esteem, and they were just very toxic people. They didn't care how I felt about certain situations or aspects, and they just didn't care. It was just every time they get in a fight, they think I'm supposed to fight. No, if you was jumped, yes, but you wasn't jumped. So you can't say that why I wasn't there. I was there. You mean why I didn't participate in you bullying somebody into that fight, beating them down, knowing that that person can't fight two of you? That was wrong. And then with, you know, Khalees, she wants to be involved with every other group. She wants to be known. So it was like, I didn't want to be known. I didn't want to be out there because I know they're fake. They all act like they was too good to be around me. And they wasn't my friends. But I was good enough to get them my homework. Or they ask. And then let me tell you about this, guys. With Khalees, Talia had Talia had a little get together at her house, a birthday party or a party. I wasn't invited, but she went. She didn't directly tell me, but she went around and said in other words and looking funny at me instead of saying, I don't know what you have with, I don't know what you and what such and such have going on, but I'm not going to leave my friend out. She's going to come with me. She didn't do that. Now I said it was backstab. And cause I would have said that. I said, no, if she can't come, and I'm not coming. So they talked about me behind my back. Used to say I was old. I didn't know how to dress. I was ugly. And I don't know. They used to say things to guys too about me. So I don't know what has been said, but I know that they were talking about me behind my back. So I really didn't have friends, you guys, in my middle and high school. They all backstabbed me. They lied. they all just used me. Like, they didn't care about me emotionally. They was horribly toxic. Start drama and just didn't give me a benefit of doubt, saying that, she's my best friend. She always helped me. I helped all of them with their schoolwork. I gave them money, when they had, when they was driving, and you know, Maria and Khalees, you know, they just didn't, they just didn't care how I felt. They were very toxic people. Um, they wanted me to get hurt really bad and mess up myself. Excuse me, but they was very toxic. Um, Especially when I had got my ropes during my senior year of high school. Um, Khalees looked it so funny. Yeah, she graduated because I had to help her, but she didn't get no ropes. She was too focused on the boys and trying to fit in, be popular with these people that don't care. Was just using her to drive around. And that's why I was trying to tell her mom, and her mom did not care what I had to say one bit when I wrote that letter. So, people think that they're better because they have money. They have, but at the end of the day, it's all good. I know that who was real and who wasn't. And I don't have no beef with them. I still, if I see them, I speak and go on. But it was just back then, I should have known that they were my true friends. They talked about me, backstabbed me, and did not want nobody to flirt with me or like me. So, yeah, um, they was very toxic people in my life. I'm glad that I had to learn the hard way. And the reason why I want to talk about the toxic friendship thing, because it happens everywhere you go. Um, I want to show the young girls that too, that everybody's not your friend. Just be wary of people at the same time, get to know them. But, everybody's not your friend. Well, I don't have friends, so it's just me, myself, and I. So I had to learn the hard way, and they just stopped dealing with me, and I had to learn how to cut them off and let them go because they didn't care, and I did care. So, with all the consistent criticism, lack of support, um, and didn't care how I feel, and I just had to let them go. It took me some time, but I just wanted to identify between those two, that even though I was friends with them in a different time frame, they both were the same, Khalees and Talia. And that hurted me a lot. So I had to learn how to be on my own. I'm still am on my own, but toxic friendships, they didn't care about the boundaries that I had for myself. Trying to make me do things, smoking, and that wasn't for me, and that never will be. So I hope you guys did enjoy this story time of me. I just wanted to, tell you guys little bits and pieces of certain parts of my life. If you guys want to another one, let me know. Hit that subscribe button right here, and subscribe if you want your channel to grow. So you grow, I grow. I grow, you grow. So thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next live.